Just heard from our source minutes ago. The Kings and Drew Doughty may have an agreement in principle on a long-term deal. It could take a while still to finish it. Let's hope that is only days and not weeks away.
Here's the thing though. The whole point of saying there's a deal in principle is to make it sound like there's a deal, leaving out the part that a deal in principle simply means that the two parties have the intent to complete a deal in the future. Some people will define deal in principle to mean that the broad strokes of a future agreement have been laid out, but the details have yet to be negotiated. Which means there is no deal, because there is no deal until there is nothing left to negotiate and both parties sign.
I suppose any statement can be interpreted differently and an argument can form as to what someone meant to say. A deal in principle having handled hundreds before they came to fruition or needed further tweaking, which I am not sure this person can say for himself, is not the same thing as a done deal.
It doesn't do much good to use your resume to argue your point. I could do the same and it wouldn't be convincing for either of us. I'm not doubting that you hear the phrase all the time. So do I just don't think that saying deal in principle sounds like it means what you say it means. I.e. it sounds better than it is. Sort of like no painkiller stops headache pain faster than Tylenol. No painkiller stops it slower either. It doesn't take a genius to guess that Doughty and the Kings have a contract in principle, because that phrase is meaningless. Since the three things we know are that there is no deal, they've been negotiating, and Doughty is King's property no matter what, it's easy to say that a deal is coming, soon, imminently, they are, close, whatever. Because soon and or close are in the eye of the beholder.
We are told Doughty's agents have the King's most recent offer. From what we are told, this may do it all though, as of right now, it is not signed. It's an offer, nothing more. There is no final deal yet. I told you earlier that there are two potential offers on the table, one for 9 years and one for 7. I have now learned that the 7-year deal may be the winner, and it comes in at or about $52 million. At $52 million, that is a staggering $7.42 million per season cap hit.
Doughty says there's no deal. Ian says there's no deal. No deal of any kind. Nothing in place. Nothing in principle. Rumors that say otherwise are baseless.
Once again, there is no final deal. We never reported a final deal. We reported an offer and have now confirmed there are 2 offers on the table. So, Helen Elliott, who we adore and is our favorite hockey columnist, is absolutely right. There is no deal, and I assume I don't have to explain the difference between a deal and an offer.
When you have a deal in principle, in my business you have nothing. And here's how I know I have nothing in that case. If a deal that was closed falls apart in the vetting of the contract, it's legally actionable and I will get paid. If I have a deal in principle that subsequently falls apart, there's nothing, it's gone.
This is just too black and white for someone as smart as you. You are not at all allowing for progress. You say it's either done or far apart, which sounds a little short-sighted to me. If sides start polarized and slowly move closer towards the middle, or one side closer to the other pole, is that not getting close or closer? Why can a contract only be signed or not close?
Some rumors are just made up and have no basis in reality. Others are just common sense repackaged as inside information. In this case, I would characterize the Surly and Scribe post as falling decidedly, with disclaimers, of course, on the side of good things are happening. You heard it here first.